YB stays on your neck.
He's on my neck.
The big man will be back, people. Yeah,
You're the main man.
The big man will be back.
Trust me, Daddy.
Watch this space, boy.
Trust me, Daddy.
Yes.
Boom.
The big man will be back, people. Yeah,
You're the main man.
The big man will be back.
Trust me, Daddy.
Watch this space, boy.
Trust me, Daddy.
Yes.
Boom.
Yo, my dons, make sure you hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and obviously hit the bell for notifications. So we just heard there from Trust Me Danny, Anthony, a la Trust Me Danny, Joshua, Anthony, a la Cash Cow, Joshua, reminding all them hating ass dudes who sit there on the sidelines, hating the cash cow. That's what they be doing. And you know what? I'm not a gambler, but from what I understand from certain gamblers is you have to appreciate the over-under on this one. And what I mean by that is this. Many people are sitting there laughing. Ah, yes, Joshua got whooped. Ah, yes, Joshua got whooped. But they're only accounting for one side of things. They're assuming that, the past, what happened in the past will happen in the future. Or what happened in the past is more likely to happen in the future. But what do we know? Look at football. Just because Arsenal loses to Man United 5-0 once, does that mean they lose to Arsenal 5-0 again? No, it doesn't. And the haters forget that. And also, the haters also forget that we actually have the odds on our side. Look at Anthony Joshua historically. What are the chances that he chokes twice in a row? What are the chances that he loses twice in a row? What are the chances he has an abysmal performance twice in a row? Very unlikely. Bearing in mind, Olympic champion. Since the Olympics, this dude hasn't slipped up. Now, the only way it doesn't work out for us is if he's had some sort of mental break. That's the only way. Outside of that, if you lot are just saying this was a bad performance, or Ruiz did so well, listen, I'm telling you now, Ruiz on his best day couldn't defeat AJ on an average day. That there was below a bad day for me. That there for me was some almost spiritual intervention. If someone came along and said to me, "Oh yeah, YB, Andy Ruiz had been playing with the Mexican duppy," I'd have been saying, "Yeah, that makes sense." You know what I mean? It was just something's going on here. It was as if there was some deep spiritual duppydem thing going on. Do you know what I mean? That's what it was like to me. There was no way that was an average or below average performance. That was a truly out of body experience. That's what it comes down to. I saw an interesting video on YouTube, and the man was talking about how it wasn't AJ in the ring. He was saying he believed AJ had been cloned. He had been cloned, and AJ clone was in the ring. This is not the real AJ. Now, I'm not going to go down that line, but that's how, listen, that performance there, it's not just the YB saying conspiracy theories. That's how, do you know how bad you've got to perform for people to be sitting there and speculating about it being a clone? But genuinely speaking, normally, people who talk about clones, I'd laugh them out of the house. However, on that performance, that was literally a clone-like performance. As if the Illuminati had got the wrong genetics, got the wrong code out, and coded the clone wrong. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like to me that clone got the wrong patch. It got the wrong download. It didn't download the right information properly. That's what it looked like. Diabolical. But as I was saying, you got to look at the over-under on this one, buddy. You really have. You lot are taking the under. I'm taking the over on this. I believe there's plenty more upside left than there is downside. From an AJ fan point of view, we can't go any lower. AJ can't get any worse than that performance, in my opinion. And that's the comfort I have in that sense, because from where I'm sitting, we're at rock bottom. It can't get worse than that. Worst case scenario, we have to watch that again. But in reality, what are the chances of that happening again? I think I've been quite critical of AJ being so positive, and I do to an extent support that. However, seeing how positive his team are, seeing how positive he is, would it be more worrying if AJ was not being seen in public and not being happy and really angry? Maybe then I'll be sitting here, rather than criticising that, I'd be sitting there thinking, you know what, maybe he knows something we don't, i.e. maybe he does have long-lasting mental issues. Maybe he does believe Ruiz has got his number. But the fact AJ's come out, said he wants to rematch immediately. Rob McCracken said that he's 100% confident. AJ's 100% confident. This is a good thing. The fact he's out in public. If AJ truly thought Ruiz had his number, do you think he'd be in public and all happy and laughy? I don't think so. And that's the other thing other people haven't considered. If it was a concussion, if there was a blazing obvious reason that we don't know about, that's all on our side. That works to our favour. And I can't wait. All I'm saying is, all you hating ass dudes on the sidelines hating, just make sure in 4, 5, 6 months' time, you man are present. Because the YB will be here. And he will not be being merciful. Trust me. The same way I passed you that big, juicy, plentiful L for Fury's flopping numbers. You can't even imagine. You guys best... Listen, I'll be honest. I did notice, after the AJ loss, I will be honest, there were a few AJ Dons that did not turn up. In fact, there's a few AJ Dons I haven't seen since. I've got to be honest. Honestly, yeah. Some of my closest Dons on this YouTube business, I haven't literally seen them since. Since they lost. Since AJ, I haven't seen them again. 3 weeks later, still MIA, missing in action. No word of a lie. Hardcore Dons, I thought, listen, there's no way this man and that man's going anywhere. They're ride or dies. They have disappeared. No doubt. However, if you think that's one thing, when AJ comes back in 4 or 5 months' time, it will be a whole nother level. A whole nother level. You Wilder fans and you Fury fans will be nowhere to be seen. And guess what? You can bet your bottom dollar all this Fury talk. Oh, Anthony Joshua, he doesn't want to fight me. He's not a fighting man. He's not a Christian man. He's not a good man. He's not a good, honest man. He's a lying man. He's a quitter. He didn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz boxed his head off. He didn't want to fight Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz is a fighting man, a good man, a Christian man. That Tyson Fury will be gone out the window. You won't hear from Fury. Fury will be hiding again. In fact, Fury will be relinquishing his belts and going into retirement. That's what he'll be doing. Listen, no word of a lie. What happened last time? Last time, Fury won the belts. He then realised AJ was coming up. And he thought, oops, let me get out of here. Because I don't want the sparring session which took place in 2011 to take place on national TV in front of millions. That's what he said. You got to ask yourself the question, Fury fans. Why didn't Fury take the fight when it was there for the last 3 years? Why did he come back and fight Wilder for? Can someone explain that to me? Why? In the Wilder fight, there's less money, less prestige, and arguably harder. Fury said that AJ was he's too stiff. He's too stiff. He's not a fighting man. He's slow. Anthony Joshua, he's a bodybuilder. He's not a fighter. He's not a fighting man. He's a bodybuilder. That's what Fury was saying. So why not fight a bodybuilder? I'll tell you why. Because he didn't want to... listen, these are Fury's own words. Fury came out and said, Anthony Joshua, he's an amateur. He boxed me up. He made me quit in sparring. That's what he said. He admitted AJ made him quit and jack in sparring. No doubt. He said, I'm not going to lie to you, Steve Bunce. AJ bashed me all around the ring. I questioned myself being a professional anymore because I got bashed around by amateur. They're the words out of the horse's mouth. And as you lot always like to say, you lot love to believe Fury. So let's start believing him. Let's start believing the words he said. Yeah? He got bashed around by AJ. Fact. That's what we do know. And as for Wilder, listen. Wilder's another one who comes out, yeah, man, Anthony Joshua, man, he a quitter, man. Why... My problem is, why don't Wilder and Fury make AJ quit? That's all we've been asking for. That's all AJ's been asking for. In fact, after the fight against Ruiz, AJ came out and said, I wish it was Wilder that made me jack. That's what he said. And we all, in fact, I don't wish that. I'm kind of glad this happened, because I've got a feeling this will be part of AJ's story. I've got a feeling this loss will literally flip things around. Now, having said that, he hasn't changed his team and whatnot, but I'm hoping that there's something. I just believe this is a flip around moment. This is when he becomes a true animal. He sees all the snaky ass dudes around him that have turned their backs. Many of them, even Adam Smith, sold AJ down the river, talking about Tony the turncoat Belland. I'm from Liverpool. Tony Belland. I'm from Liverpool. Even he turned his back. Tony Bell used to lick AJ so hard. He used to love him. Yeah, AJ will knock out Wilder and Fury on the same night. He will, yeah. AJ will knock out Wilder and Fury on the same... That's what he should say. Liverpool. That's what he'd say, no doubt. Then he turns his back. Oh, yeah, Fury's the best boxer since sliced bread. Fact. Yeah? Adam Smith jumping the bandwagon. Oh yeah, Fury's the best. There's no doubt. What? You're working for Sky. But this just goes to show you all these people that are around him. People like Bellend, Tony the Bellend Bellew. Do you think he'd have been selling pay-per-views against Hay without AJ there? Seriously, not a hope in hell would that be on pay-per-view. Tony Bellew weren't doing nothing. Adam Smith weren't doing nothing either. But it's funny how people like Adam Smith, he's at Sky, but they're all secretly hating, even though it's actually worse. This goes to show how deep-rooted the hate is. And those of you who follow the channel, you'll know that I know exactly what it is to be an AJ hater, because I was one. I used to be one, 100%. I used to know. I know exactly how they feel. They feel jealous, and that's why I used to watch AJ fights hoping he would lose. So I know exactly where they're coming from, and that's why Adam Smith, even though he's shot himself in his pocket, because from his point of view, being a Sky executive, it benefits him when AJ does well, because better numbers, higher salary. But this just shows you how strong the hate is. He'd rather get paid less salary and not have AJ around, just so he can say, oh yeah, AJ lost, I feel better about my life now. Because let's call a spade here. Adam Smith has never put a pair of gloves on in his life, has he? Come on, let's be real now. He sits there and talks about it. He's never even sparred a day in his life. But oh yeah, Fury's the best. Bro, you're not a BT executive, you're Sky. What do you mean he's the best? Anyway, all you man need to know is AJ is coming back. He told you, trust me, Danny. I'm coming back with a vengeance, and I really hope this makes AJ ruthless. I want to see into this Ruiz spot. I want to see AJ chin down, back straight, legs bent. Listen, I want AJ to tell Ruiz in the build-up, I'm not taking it. Let's see. Let's stop McGregor said to Aldo. Let's see who takes the first back step. Let's see who takes the first back step. That's what we need to be telling Ruiz. Let's see who takes the first back step. He needs to let Ruiz know what time it is. None of this shaky business. He needs to let Ruiz, from the very start of this promotion, when the fight gets signed, he needs to let Ruiz know the time. No smiles, no shaky, no huggy. That can happen after the fight. Save all that for then. Until the fight's over, you let him know what's going on. Pure viciousness. He needs to, because at the moment, Ruiz thinks this dude's a sucker. He can't wait to fight. He can't wait to get him in the ring. Ruiz is licking his chops. But anyway, let's see.